Hello, everybody. Welcome to my Sunday market breakdown. So we start. I will first go to the DXY. As usually, we start with the DXY. So I will go back to the monthly as previous weeks. It's still the same. The monthly is still bullish on the DXY. We were at these monthly lows here because this is our low and this is our high. Everything between that can be a correction for possible more upside momentum. So what you can already see is that we are having here some deceleration forming potentially. So this channel is not yet closed on the monthly, but it will close in a few days. So there is a high possibility that that can be an decel for potential more upside momentum. So monthly is bullish, only the weekly is still bearish because this was our high. This week is the same lows from this new low. So this is one leg. So everything between that high and low is just correction relief for potential more downside momentum. That's why we tapped this weekly reverse point here and we went back to the downside. So now what we have and what we can see is we have this weekly bearish candle close. We didn't yet tapped the monthly buying zone, monthly low, but I think we just tapped the beginning of correction of the weekly. So there is a high chance that we can now have back that upside momentum from that beginning of correction low here. So that's why the buy setups orders kicked in from that weekly low. So what I can see on the daily then, because the weekly is giving me a bearish candle and the daily is still bearish too. So we have here our high, low, high, lower low. This is our lower high then. So we have that bearish W that can play out. So I expect a pullback. So I expect the price to come back because it's already formed here some two bullish candle closes, so we can have some kind of pullback, maybe corrective nature, and then we can potentially go more to the downside to tap again this monthly buying zone, or we can go straight to the upside because we had already daily minus 68 if completion aligning here, which is very nice rejecting on that, and then we had that impulse already. So I expect some pullback more to the upside from where it will go to the downside. I don't know. Maybe it won't. We will see if we get a pattern. So yeah, the best thing to see is that we can have some corrective nature. That's the best thing to see for potential more downside momentum. That's the only thing I can say for DXY. So the first trade I'm looking at GBPUSD. So if I go on the weekly, what you can see on the weekly, we are still bullish because we had here this low, this is our high. So everything between this low and high was a correction like this here for potential more upside momentum. So we had our impulsive flag, we had the same high, so we expect the same lows like this, and we made there a break of, but the only thing you need to take in account this week of this lows here, we didn't broke it there, so it's still bullish. It's still a natural M that can play out. It just a fake out flag here. We had the high, the low here, the high. We broke the low here, so we can make then the potential move to the upside again because we are still bullish. The only thing you maybe can see is this possible head and shoulders that can play against you, but I have still some room till the weekly highs to take there a trade. If I go to the daily, yeah, the daily is giving me there some natural, yeah, it's a natural M. So we have here the first leg, second leg, third leg, same highs. So we expect same lows. So we already made here we touched here the daily lows. So I expect here some a diesel. If I go on the 4 hour, you can see it better. So on the 4 hour, we already have here our first candle, second candle, then the third candle. I can place my limit now when the market will open. And then we can go to the upside. We also have here the first touch, second touch, third touch of the trend line, and then we can go to the upside. So that's nice to see that we have that with us because this is our low, high, then here our low, and this is our higher high. So we are still in a bullish market from the 4 hour perspective. So if I go to EURCHF on the weekly, yes, on the weekly we are also still bullish because we had here our low. This is our new high, then our low, higher high, this becomes our higher low then. So everything between this low and high is a potential correction for potential more upside momentum. And what can you see already forming? We had here some move to the upside, and then what we see, first leg, low, high, we broke the low, we can potentially make the fake out flag. So this is potentially happening. It's already in play. We have that weekly bullish candle close already here. The only thing is that we just had some sellers kicking in from that weekly highs, but I can still look for a daily bullish pattern because everything is with us. The weekly, the fake out flag, the candle is with us. If I go to the daily, you can see if I take my Fibonacci from the low here to the high, because I take it from the whole structure low high, is because we are still bearish on the daily. Because we had here our low and this was our high. So yeah, we are still bearish. As you can see, this is also a very impulsive flag. So, but yeah, that's why I took it from the whole structure, whole fib, and then we have here some kind of a bullish M. The daily lows got tapped here of that IC, and that's where my daily zone was at. And this is a nice buying zone also. So it's also a nice supply and demand zone on the weekly aligning with. I think it's clear support here, support. Then here's some resistance, support, support, support. So we can expect some more bullish momentum. So yeah, the daily is clear for me. Bullish M under a previous against the daily driver. Sorry. And what you can see already is potential small bearish W here. So if we can see here the price going back till that I see, then I will not take the trade yet, because then this bearish W can play against you for potential more downside momentum. So yeah, then it's even more corrective also. Then you have this corrective price action. So then it would be more, it would be very nice to take them again here on the daily sort of interest trade, go to the upside. So yeah, correction. So if I go to the 4 hour, what can you see on the 4 hour? Yeah, you already see we tapped the daily zone with the first candle here, the week, then the second candle close, the third candle close here, and then we can take our limit for going to the upside. That's what I can see. So yeah, very nice to see. Then GBPCAD, if I go on the weekly, what can you see on GBPCAD? GBPCAD is bullish for me because we had here our low, our high, low, higher high. This becomes our higher low then. So everything between this low and high is just a correction for potential more upside momentum. And what can you see? You have here the fake out flag playing out, because you have here that first leg, we have the low, you have here the high, we broke the low, and then we came back all the way. So this is a fake out flag, bullish candle after that. So we are closing above that beginning of correction, the weekly high. So it's a little bit more dangerous trade, because at this beginning of correction weekly highs, we can still go to the downside. The only thing I saw here is because I drew my weekly horizontal line there, and I saw there a very nice buying zone sitting. If I look further more back, you have here some support almost tapping, false break, false break. Then you have here some support, resistance, resistance, support, all the way support. Then here resistance, support, support, resistance, small support here. So it's a clear supply and demand zone where we can go further, go to the upside from that weekly supply and demand zone, weekly horizontal line. So we have the weekly bullish candle with us. I can look on the daily, and what I can see on the daily is this clear bullish M. So we have our first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg. I see as my daily zone, because between all the blue candles, you have one red candle. This is working like a magnet, because it took a lot of power to make it a red one. So yeah, the price is already going back with a daily retrace candle, so I expect some more bearish momentum till this daily IC or till the daily lows that the price can go further back to make a fake out, or yeah, just go to the daily lows and they're making some decel pattern. If I go to the 4-hour, you can see that we already having some difficulties, yeah, to go to the upside. So if I delete this again, so what you can see is we already have here an impulse to the upside, and this can be a corrective nature counter to trend. If this can play like this, yeah, then it would be nice, very nice to take along. But yeah, I think the price will just come back to the downside now, maybe to make a diesel or then fake out here for a potential shoulder one here, head shoulder two. Take a trade on. We will see what will happen there. So yeah. Then USDJPY, these are the trades that needs to have some more development. So yeah. So if I go to the weekly, what you can see is we are not fully bullish on the weekly on USDJPY because this is our low. This is our new high because we broke here this previous lower high wick. So this is an indication that we can make the reversal pattern in the form of a shoulder one, head shoulder two, but I can still look for that bearish momentum because yeah, it's still not a confirmed one. A confirmed one will be that bullish M. Then the trend is switched. So yeah, I can still look till the weekly lows here to take their pattern because we have our weekly candle with us. So I can go to the daily, and what I can see on the daily is yeah, we have here our natural W. So normally you can take the flip from this high to this low also, and then you can see it's aligning. So you have here the same lows, so we expect the same highs. This is also our bearish W. This is one leg here because we didn't broke these lows here, just is one leg. That's why I take the flip from the whole structure. So yeah, I expect that yeah, natural W that can play out till the weekly highs, daily highs, sorry, and then we can push back to the downside further. So that's what I can see. Then Euro AUD. So on the weekly, what I can see on the weekly is we are still bullish on the weekly. We are yeah, on a selling zone at this kind of bearish W on the monthly. So this is an important zone. I think if we have a flip completion from the low here, I will see from the low here till the high. Yeah, from this high till this low. Yeah, minus 27 flip completions. So yeah, but yeah, if I look on the weekly, it's still very bullish on the weekly. We had here this low high. We made the yeah false break of this lows, previous higher lows, and then yeah we went to the upsides very aggressively. Now we are making that weekly bullish candle. But I think this is also a diesel from weekly perspective, not yet. So we have a weekly bullish candle close on the daily. Yeah, on the daily we can make a pattern, a reversal pattern in the form of a shoulder one, head shoulder two. You're kind of ascending trend line here to find some support at this daily shoulder one zone possible. So yeah, I think I will take this trade weekly still with us. If I take my horizontal weekly line here, if we can see some bullish momentum kicking in, not the clearest weekly supply and demand zone. Yeah, there is some kind of supply and demand zone at that region here. Some resistance support, resistance support, resistance here, resistance support. So yeah, it's a supply and demand zone. Not the biggest one, but it's one. It's a supply and demand zone. It's holding the price up. So yeah, I can take this trade for the reversal. Then GBPAUD on the weekly, also still bullish. You are impulsing away from that supply and demand. So this was clear resistance, support. If I look further back, yeah, it is a clear supply and demand zone. As you can see, support, support, resistance, 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 support, support, resistance. So yeah, it's a clear supply and demand zone. Very nice holding. So yeah, we impulsed away from that. We acted as support. So the weekly is still bullish because we had our low, our high. These are the same highs. This is just an bull flag here for more upside momentum that we had. And now we are making this smaller bullish M here to take the long setup. So it's a very nice trade actually. If I go on the daily, yeah, it's very nice. It can be very nice aligning with the shoulder one, shoulder two. Within that, a bullish M, so pattern within a pattern. Then this trade can play out very nicely. So yeah, it can play out very nicely. It's looking good. If I take my fib from the lower to the high, not yet a fib completion, but yeah, I expect the price maybe to come back to this shoulder one zone or daily lows. Then GBPNZD, if I go on the weekly is for me bullish because we had here our low, just like this, our low, our high, our higher low, higher high, like this. We broke it. We are possibly bearish. We're making the reversal in the form of a shoulder one, head shoulder two. We are bearish. So what we can see here is then our high, low. We broke this week here, so we are bullish. We were also very corrective going with the trend because the trend was here bearish from that impulse, so it was with the trend. Yeah, corrective nature with the trend, so we expect to have some break out of that, and we did that. So what I can see now is we are bullish. We have that weekly bullish candle close. We can make the potential, yeah, bigger bullish M here. This is a smaller bullish M here that can play out. Yeah, it's this one, like this bullish M, because this is one leg from the lower to the high. Then you have this bullish M here, like that. So we have that weekly bullish candle close. I can look on the daily, and on the daily, what you can see, I took the fib from the whole structure low here, so low till the high, because this how I need to say that this wicks didn't got broken, so this is one leg. So what I saw then within that, we have a kind of maybe pattern within a pattern. We have still that ascending trend line here holding the price up, as you can see, and we have a potential, yeah, pattern in a pattern, shoulder one, head shoulder two. Within that, yeah, potential kind of bullish M here that can play out. So I will try to look for that pattern within a pattern. So this is my review of this upcoming week. So there need to have some trades, some development more, but it's looking good. So yeah, have a nice trading week, everybody. Bye.